This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we join you from MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Tennessee Titans and the New York Giants. With my partner Greg Olson, Mike Tirico, Joey Sly, set to get this one going. And off we go from East Rutherford. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Giants offense making their way out for the first time. They're led out by the first-round pick in 2025 out of Ole Miss. It's Jackson Dart.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year two. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year two, a full offseason, really understanding the playbook. Things have kind of slowed down for you. I feel like year two is a really good indicator of what long-term success looks like for any young quarterback.
Complete to Isaiah Likely. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 29-yard line.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. On play action, it is Dart. He'll step up and run this. And he's into a slide to avoid the contact. Does so successfully, and it's a first down.
It's a gain of 20. And the Giants first down.
And this is something the defense knew they had to contain coming in today, Mike. They worked all week on containing this quarterback, but here we are. Early on in the game, a nice scramble there, good yardage, and he's able to pick up the first down.
He'll take off again, and he'll get about 4 yards before wisely covering up.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away. Picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete.
They've got to find a way to free him up, and whether that's moving him around the formation or using some pre-snap motion to get him better looks, but right now, it's been a lot of double coverage. It's been a lot of tight windows. And if they're going to have more success today on the offensive side of the ball, especially in the passing game, this offensive play caller needs to be more creative, freeing him up.
The pressure gets there, and down he goes. After that play, it stopped an injured Giant on the field. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. So the drive ends, and on comes Jordan Stout to kick it away. Back deep for Tennessee, Jim DK. That is fielded at the 13. And some nifty running on the return. Picked up some good yardage before he was taken down. The Tennessee offense taking the field for the first time. They're led out by the #1 overall pick in the 2025 draft. Out of the U, out of Miami, it's Cam Moore.
I think we're seeing this so often now in the modern NFL is quarterbacks who can hurt you both improv as a scrambler and also with designed runs coming out of the huddle. So this is a tricky situation. Guys who can run with this kind of speed, you have to be very careful how you pass rush them. You're not just rushing to a spot. It's not just an X behind the center. You got to try to corral him and keep him in the pocket because when he escapes, big plays are to be had.
Pick up a 2 on the last run. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run once more, and it's Pollard again. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on third down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on first and second down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in third and pass too often in today's NFL.
Throwing on third down, Ward. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
The punt team comes on. Here's Tommy Townsend to kick it. Gunnar Olszewski is deep for the Giants. Now, fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. The Giants offense ready now for their second drive. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Austin brought in motion. He'll get this out to the left flat. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. 18 yards. What a great way to start the drive. It's a first down.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be second down.
Yeah, I think he got away with one there, Mike. I thought with the way the defender had him covered, I was actually surprised he didn't move off to his next progression. He threw that into some really tight coverage, and he's lucky that ball wasn't picked.
That's going to be caught by Darius Slayton. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. 20 yards on that pass play. First down, Giants.
Great pre-snap recognition here by the quarterback. He looks outside and sees man coverage, and he knows exactly where he's going to go with the ball. Now it's up to the receiver to create separation at the top of the route. Ball's on time, great placement, nice big pickup.
He'll step up and run. And he will slide to a halt, but he does have the first down.
A gain of 23 more.
You know this defense works all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on the big scramble. He's able to pick up the first down and keep the drive alive.
And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Dart going to throw here on second down. They try with the screen with Scalaboo. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard that sets up third down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Out of the gun, third down. It's Dart. That's to the end zone, but just too far out in front. That one's incomplete. Darius Slayton was the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field, and then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on fourth down? Do they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3? It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Jason Sanders.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. Julius Chestnut to bring it back. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Titans offense ready for their second possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They'll give it to Pollard to start this drive, and he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. 16 yards on the game, and a quick 1st down.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up 1st downs without having to get to 3rd down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
Flushed to his left. And he's going to give himself up, but not before he picks up the 1st down.
Gain of 24 yards. That's another Titans 1st down. 24 yards.
This is an element to his game that we don't necessarily spend a lot of time talking about. He's not known as a traditional runner at the quarterback position. But when he has some space like he had here, he is more than capable of not only converting 1st downs, but picking up.
And this is going to be caught, but they say out of bounds. So, incomplete pass.
Well, it's going to go down as an incompletion, but it wasn't from a lack of effort. I mean, he did everything in his power to try to get both feet in bounds. The pass just took him a little bit too close to the sideline, and he just wasn't able to save the play.
On 2nd down, here's Ward. And that is incomplete. Calvin Ridley was the intended receiver. 3rd down coming up.
I love that they continue to stay aggressive here, Mike, and that route right there, we used to call it a big 8. It's a deep post route, but the ball placement isn't exactly where it needs to be, and that's a missed opportunity.
He'll take a shot here, back to the end zone. That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. What great work just to get those hands up there. And now it's 4th down. Looks like we have an injured Titan on that play. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. On 4th down, on is the veteran Joey Sly for the Titans field goal. This is going to be from 53 yards out. Sly's kick is good. And the Titans will tie the game at 3 apiece.
And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
So the field goal draws us even. It is now 3-3 as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Here's the Giants offense now. They get set to take over once more. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with first down. Garden gonna hold on to it himself. That one good for a dozen. And a very quick first down.
A gain of 12 yards. And the Giants first down. First
Mike, I think every offense would love to be able to call designed runs for their quarterback, but it's so dependent of who that quarterback is. And for this team, to be able to have that guy behind center, it just adds a different element to what they can do on offense.
The left side in the hands of Neighbors.
Pass interference. Defense. That penalty is declined.
They go three tight ends here on 1st and 10. Now a give to Scottaboo, running right. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun, it's Dart. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
In motion goes Likely. They'll try to run for it with Scottaboo. But he goes nowhere. Call doesn't pan out. It's going to bring up 4th down.
No gain on the
Well, we
play.
have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this 4th down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to him, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They'll indeed go for it, and it's Dart. That is incomplete. Oh, they elected to throw on 4th and short. It does not work out. They turn it over on down. The Titans offense getting set to get back to work. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. The drive starts. It's a carry by Pollard. They're going to work this down inside the 45. They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick first down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
And they bring them down inside the 25-yard line. How about this sequence to start the drive? Back-to-back good gains, 19 for this one.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
Quick throw here is complete. Now they are in business. inside the 15-yard line.
First down.
2 straight hookups. This one good for 10 yards.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
And that one's going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing in and dropping him for a loss.
This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Here's Trubisky. He'll spot the former Longhorn, Gunnar Helm. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
So, a field goal apiece here in that first quarter. 3-all is the score. More from MetLife Stadium after this. Titans football here to start quarter number 2. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? As we are ready to get back underway. That's caught once again by Helm. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. That is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make. So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
Joey Sly back out to kick this one off. This is going to be taken in at the 3. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Giants offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Out of shotgun. It's dark. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Jeffrey Simmons. He gets in there for the sack. It's a loss of 4 to kick off this drive.
And it looked like that zone coverage had his head a little bit spinning there, Mike. I'm not sure he got a real clear picture of what the defense was giving him, and as a result, he holds the ball a little bit longer than he would have liked, and the defense is able to get home.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. Out of the gun, here comes Dart. Get this into the hands of Neighbors. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 7.
The throw is Dart. This one's just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Isaiah Likely. And it's going to lead to 4th down.
That has to be a disappointing end to this drive. Just think, when they took the field on this possession, Mike, they're thinking they got a shot to go down there and take the lead, but they couldn't even get to midfield, let alone the end zone. If they end up getting another shot before halftime, they've got to find a way to have better execution than they did later.
The Titans offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Ward. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
On play action, it's Ward. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
Initially, a nice job by the receiver. He actually was open downfield. He was able to get behind the defense, but the window closed up so quickly they couldn't get the ball to him. Prevents the big play.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. A shotgun snap for Ward. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
And the best offense on 3rd downs, Mike, is to be really good on 1st and 2nd down. This keeps teams from putting themselves in these unfavorable positions. It's part of the reason why these drives continue to stall out.
Here's Tommy Townsend now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd time. A fair catch called for and made just beyond their own 50. The Giants offense ready to get back to work. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. It's Dart. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete.
And I think at this point here, 2nd quarter of this game, I think now is where we can start seeing each team open up their offense a little bit more. Early on, everyone's kind of feeling each other out, getting a taste of what the game plans are. Here, they finally take a shot downfield. Nice job by the defense, but this is going to put a little depth in that coverage and hopefully open up some other things.
And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
And this is going to backfire in a big way. Going for it on their own side of midfield, but they turn it over on downs. Wow, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal. Throwing, Ward. And that's over everybody. Out of the back of the end zone. It is incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
Try it again here from the 7-yard line. 2nd down and goal. In motion, it's Robinson. Play fake, now Ward to throw. And he's going to be dropped. They get to him back at the 15-yard line. Abdul Carter gets in there for the sack, and now it's 3rd and goal.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position, but with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, they're thinking 6, but after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Ward. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
A 32-yard attempt.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Titans will extend their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Joey Sly back out to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Giants offense headed back to take over once more. They'll start out 1st down and 10. The drive will begin with a run by Scatterboot. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
On 2nd down, Dart. When it's brought down, that pass is going to pick up 4. And bring up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Throwing. Dart. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Titans offense ready to take over once more. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. Off play action, it's Ward. Reaching for it, the tight end couldn't bring it in. It's incomplete.
And when you look down the field, Mike, there's just really nobody creating any real separation. And instead, he tries to give one of his guys a 50-50 contested catch opportunity. But with the coverage as tight as it was, it just falls incomplete.
Now Pollard, and he'll be brought down after a short pickup to the 24. Andrew Phillips in on the tackle.
You know, it's easy to sit up here and say, hey, just keep running the ball. They've been efficient, just kind of wear down this defense by 1,000 different paper cuts. But the problem is, it's only contingent upon your ability to keep the score down. So if you want to continue to run the ball this often, you're going to have to look to their defense to play really well.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. It's a big one for Tennessee, and even 30 yards.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
And they decide to bring pressure here on 3rd down, but he does a really nice job, remains calm under pressure. He ends up delivering a strike downfield and keeps the drive alive.
On 1st and 10, Ward, a throw behind his man, can't reel it back in, and that'll go down as an incompletion.
Let's call it for what it is, Mike. I mean, right now, this team is winning in spite of him, certainly not because of him, and what's really concerning is that's the most important position on the team, and if they are able to hold on and they do pull this game out, it could wind up being one of the most poor performances we've ever seen in a winning effort that I can recall in a long time.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Throwing on 3rd down, Ward. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this is going to remain a one-possession game.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
They'll start this on the ground with Scatterboard. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Here's Dart. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
And that sideline just cannot believe their guy did not come down with that play. I mean, that's as it gets. I frankly don't blame him. I mean, that's a play at this level you just have to make. Your teammates are dependent on it.
They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. Throwing is Dart. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
Here's Jordan Stout now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Didn't get the hop he was hoping for. It bounds into the end zone, and it's a touchback. Out comes the Tennessee offense. They get set to see what they can do. They'll do so with 1st and 10. the bootleg. It's, oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
Pretty evident that the defense is just giving no time of day to any run actions. They are playing pass all the way, and he can continue to give as many play-action fakes as he wants. It hasn't affected anybody, and in this case, it results in a sack.
Now it's Ward. That one out in front of his big target. They cannot connect, and it falls incomplete.
All right, so the first two, they go clearly to the defense. You get a first down sack. That sets everything of the drive for the offense behind the 8-ball. Then they followed up with a forced incompletion. So now 3rd and long, this is a must-pass situation, and the defense has a prime opportunity to get themselves off the field.
This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that first down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
This kick hangs up, and the fair catch will be taken beyond the 35-yard line. The Giants offense ready to take over once again. They'll begin with 1st and 10. On the play fake, here's Dart. Now a short one run by the tight end Johnson. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. 12 yards on the game, and that's good for a quick first down.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
Up the middle with Scalaboo. And that'll be a pickup of 3.
The ball carrier. The tackle made at the 47-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They face 2nd down and 7. On play action, it is Dart. That is caught. What a throw. Darius Slayton. Touchdown, New York.
And this special connection between this quarterback and his receivers, it was on full display right there. Great job getting behind the defense, and then what can you say about that ball? I mean, you can't put that ball in a better spot, and with timing and accuracy like that, leads to 6.
Jason Sanders on. It's up and good. The Giants will go up by a point here in the 2nd quarter.
Titans 9.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. On the return, it's Jim DK. Now an opening past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Titans offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Fake the handoff. Now Ward. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
That's good.
About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a first down.
A gain of 15.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
Back at the 46-yard line.
Traditionally in 1st and 10, Mike, a defense is not playing for draw. So I think in this case, it was their quick reaction to the ball and able to get someone to meet the runner and stop him behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's Ward. The throw here is complete. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 6.
This is 3rd and 6. Looking to throw, it's Ward. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
And Ward sacked. A loss of 6 yards. And it's 4th down.
Two minutes to play in a tight one-point game in this first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this. Here's their punter now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Giants offense and receiver Darius Slayton get to go to work again. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Dart. This one not quite on target. Let him too much. That one falls incomplete. Malik Neighbors, the intended receiver.
2nd down and 10.
And it'll be 2nd down.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intent.
And he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a sack and a loss of a couple. Here's a timeout, Tennessee. It'll be their 2nd. Talk things over before 3rd down. Now a shotgun. It's Dart. This one grabbed by Austin. Titans going to use the last of their timeouts here as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming.
It's 4th down.
Here's the punter now. He's on for the 5th time this afternoon. DK to return. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Titans offense back onto the field for their next possession. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Throwing is Ward. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Tyler Newman. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
Lions take over 1st and
I would
10
love to see his weapons do a better job, Mike, especially in the middle of the field, getting open in these zones. I just feel like there's been tight coverage, a lot of little windows to throw through, and yes, anytime you turn the ball over, it's on the quarterback, but the rest of this supporting unit needs to do a better job helping him.
Here's a handoff to Scatterbull. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
at the 15-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Once again, it's Scatterbull. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down. And the Giants here will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Out of a gun, here comes Dart. He'll come carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And fortunately, one of his teammates there to save him. He'll wind up getting enough to pick up the first down.
At the 4-yard line.
Now a timeout. Giants, that is their 2nd, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half.
These are the opportunities that just kill defensive coordinators. You got the ball loose. You did everything you want. But now you got to recover it. You need better pursuit to the ball, more bodies around the ball carrier. Because when that ball pops out, you've got to be on it. These opportunities don't come around often, and when they do, you got to seize the moment.
That one, taken in. Touchdown, Giants. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown, and Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench, going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go, take advantage of the short field, and results in a nice touchdown.
Now Sanders on for the extra point. He's got it. And the Giants are going to open up the lead to 8.
Giants 17. Titans 9.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. On the return, here comes Chestnut. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Titans offense going to get it one last time here late in the opening half. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Play action. Ward. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Tackled at the 25-yard line. A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
So, halftime straight ahead. And we go down to Scott Hansen, who has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. This is still anyone's game here. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand as the second half is about to get underway. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Titans offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll give it. It's Pollard. And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a gain of about 1. Shelby Harris to make the tackle. From the 35, here's 2nd down and 9. They bring their tight end right. From the gun, here's Ward. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
That throwaway certainly isn't ideal in this situation, especially when you're trailing at this stage of the game, but no damage done. Move on to the next play.
3rd and 9. Back to throw is Ward. He's going to look for the home run ball. That is brought in. And he will go all the way. Tony Pollard. Touchdown, Tennessee. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
And even though it's just the third quarter, we'll try to draw even right here and go for 2.
Line up for the 2-point conversion.
Spears going to try to run this one in. And he will not get in. They will come up empty on this try for 2, unable to tie this football game up. Following the touchdown, here's Slide to kick it away. On the return, it's Gunnar Olszewski. Giants Giants offense ready for their first possession of this second half. The lead is 2, and they're going to try to make something happen here, starting with a 1st and 10. On the give, Scatterboot. And he'll take this up to the 30. Pick up a foul.
By Kevin Winstead. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 30-yard line.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They'll go play action here with Dart. Off he goes. 10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the 1st down.
A gain of 10 yards.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the 1st down.
They'll stretch him out to the sideline, but he'll be taken down for a loss.
So they go with the 1st down run, hoping to just get them some positive yards and get themselves into a good 2nd down situation, but now they find themselves in 2nd and long. So the more you give defenses the opportunity, Mike, to defend you one-dimensionally. So in this case, we're only playing you in the pass. It stresses your protection, it stresses your play caller, and ultimately, it stresses your quarterback. There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Out of the gun, 3rd down. It's Dart. He'll get that out to Scatterboot. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
It's 4th down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
And he didn't get the check he was hoping for in that one. That goes into the end zone, and it's a touchback. Out comes the Tennessee offense. They get set to see what they can do. They trail by 2, and will start this drive with 1st and 10. Play fake, now Ward to throw. And he let him a bit too much. The pass is incomplete. Tony Pollard, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. It's 2nd down.
Mike, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced. And at other times, it looks like they've never practiced at all.
Up the sideline to the 40. A terrific run, finally brought down, but he's inside the 35-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. A gain of 48.
Well, I'm not sure you're going to find a better example of just pure speed in the open field than that run right there. I mean, when he got past the first wave, you got the sense that he might just be able to outrun everybody on the field.
On 1st and 10, it's Spears. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the Giants' 29-yard line.
Shotgun snap for Ward. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Now a 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, Ward. This one just too far for the receiver. Out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
On 4th down, Ward. He's got his tight end. That's Helm. And he will have the 1st down. Needing to make something happen, trailing here in the 3rd quarter. They convert on 4th down.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
They run it straight ahead with Pollard. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
To throw on 2nd down is Ward. That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I'm not so sure he would have picked up the 1st down had they connected either way, but still, disappointing outcome to not at least get a handful of positive yards on that last one.
This drive in danger of stalling out on 3rd and 10. That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. Was great work just to get those hands up there. And now it's 4th down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. Truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
Sly's kick is good. And the Titans will take the lead here in the 3rd quarter.
Job number 1 on this drive, find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike. But 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves them out in front.
Joey Sly back out to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Giants offense and their quarterback Jackson Dart heading back out to the field. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. A run straight ahead, that's Scattergood. He'll look forward for maybe a yard. A terrific interior performer, Jeffrey Simmons, on the stop.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
They'll go again with Scattergood, and he works his way through an opening. Up past the 35. Nice run for 8 on that one.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the 1st down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage, and in a lot of situations, it'll get you the 1st down, just not here.
They'll try to sneak it here, and he will have a Giants 1st down. At least at first glance, they'll spot the football just beyond the marker, and they convert on 3rd and inches.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend, You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the first down.
And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Looked like that might have been a RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like we might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off, and there was nowhere for that running back to go.
To the air on second down. Dart. He finds Austin with the grab. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
A gain of 19 yards.
It's a gain of 19 in the air. That's good for a Giants first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass, get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. That's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Second and 10. Here's Dart. He'll step up and run, and they'll take this down inside the 35. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down.
Giants first down.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
On first down, it's Scatterbo. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
On the give, it's Scatterbo. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
The best linebackers at this level, Mike, they have all the physical attributes. That's a given. But it's really their instincts. It's their ability to dissect and predetermine where the ball is going before the ball is even snapped. And you could see with how fast he met the back at the point of attack, he knew exactly what play was coming.
Can't get away, and he loses the football. The Titans have got it. One of those exciting moments in a football game. There is a turnover and a fumble, and all of a sudden the guys who were on defense, they're starting to think like offensive players, Greg. They really wanted to take that back the other way.
And I think for that offense, they're fortunate that didn't lead to a touchdown, because for a minute, I thought the defender was going to take it all the way back, but either way, winds up with a pretty nice return, and his offense is in great position.
Tony Pollard heading out with the rest of his Tennessee teammates for their next drive. They'll have a short field, looking to build on the lead. On first down, it's Ward. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately his passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
Here's Ward now on second down. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays, but I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
Throwing on third down, Ward. He's going to find his receiver. It's Robinson. They get 15 on that game. First down for Tennessee.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike, and they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense, and that's exactly what they've been able to do.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. This one complete to Ridley. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
Calvin Ridley. That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll go with the sneak. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down.
A gain of 1. It's 4th down and less than a yard. Joey Sly on for the
So we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So, here's the kicker, Joey Sly in a pressure spot. This to stretch the lead to more than a field goal. And this one, right down the middle. It's good. So it is still a one-score game, but a little more breathing room now.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
Joey Sly back out to kick this one away. He fields it at the 8. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. Here's the Giants offense now. They get set to take over once more. With Scatterboo. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
On 2nd down, Dart. Open right side is likely. A pickup of 15 in the air. First down, Giants.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. action. It is dark. He's going to try it here again. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force third down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
He's going to look downfield once again. Incomplete. Coverage outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot. And now it is fourth down.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on third down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on fourth down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
That one hit inside the 10, but it bounces forward into the end zone. And they'll bring it back out to the 20-yard line. Tony Pollard heading out with the rest of his Tennessee teammates for their next drive. And it's hard to believe you can run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Tight end motioning left. On 1st and 10, Ward. That's to Robinson. He's got it. And they're going to get this all the way up close to the 40-yard line. An even 20 yards. Impressive start to this drive.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out. Well, that defense had that pegged from the jump, Mike. They tried to catch him a little off guard by doing a jet sweep to the wide receiver. There was no going anywhere on the outside. Great pursuit by the defense. No gain.
On 2nd down, here's Ward. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
Contrary to what all of the fans at home think, I don't have rooting interest in any of these games. But as you know, when it comes to tight ends, there's no bigger fan than this guy right here. I want to see them be able to connect, especially on those big plays downfield.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ward. And that is incomplete.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
Good hang time. The fair catch will be made back at their own 12. The Giants offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. This will begin at their own 13-yard line. So work to do starting with this 1st and 10. Look to hit him with a jet sweep here to begin this drive. And a good push defensively. They're going to get him down back at the 10.
Tried to get a little cute here, get the ball into the hands of one of their receivers in space on a jet motion, but really nice job there by the defense. When you can set good edges and you can have good force players on the perimeter of the defense, there's really nowhere for this jet sweep to go, because with them running horizontal before the snap, Mike, it's very hard for these receivers to cut and get vertical. Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball. Really nice sequence of plays here defensively, not only to force the third and long, but then you really take away all of the quarterback's options downfield, left him with nothing really else to do but to just simply throw that one away.
The Giants sending out their punter. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the fourth quarter. That's taken in at the 50. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Tony Pollard heading out with the rest of his Tennessee teammates for their next drive. They'll begin with great field position, a short field, in fact, as they start with a first down. Up the middle, here comes Pollard. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down.
Made by Shelby Harris. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4 at the 37-yard line.
Now Ward on a designed run.
They went to the designed quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
This crowd into it now as we get to third down. Now it's Ward. He'll try to run for it. And he's going to give himself up, but not before he picks up the first down.
Here you are at the end of the game. You need a stop. You find yourself trailing. You have everybody covered, and the quarterback gets loose. Those are the plays that just kill a defensive coordinator. You're about to force a punt, about to get the ball back to your offense. Give credit to the quarterback. He made a play when they needed it.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
He'll try again here, second and 10. Here's Ward. Now a screen. Here's Pollard. That one way too slow in developing. They rally to the ball, they get the man, and it's no gain.
It's a really good job defensively. The key is you don't want your defensive linemen to overcommit to rushing the passer, and you don't want your linebackers in secondary dropping too deep defending the pass. In this case, all 3 levels played disciplined, good football with good vision, and that's why they're able to stop him for no gain.
That one too far out in front. It is incomplete. He was looking for Tim DK that time, and it's going to be fourth down.
And this is where the timing of these passing game, you see guys, they call it routes on air, Mike. During the course of the week, there's no defense, nobody playing on coverage, but it's the timing. It's be on time, get your depth, be where the quarterback expects you to be, because then when the game starts, things get sped up just a little bit more for the quarterback. And in this case, it's a perfect example. He's open, he tries to lead his guy, just puts a little too much in front of him.
Joey Slide back out to kick this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. Now he lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery. Special teams comes through again. We don't talk about it nearly enough, but sometimes the biggest plays of the game happen like that one. The kickoff return fumble recovered, and momentum swings again.
Everybody loves to see a big return, Mike, but the priority of any kick return unit, just give your offense a chance to possess the ball. And in this case, they don't do that. They turn the ball over, and now they find themselves back out there on defense.
The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 19-yard line.
2nd and 7. From the gun, here's Ward. This one is caught by Robinson. He'll be taken down, but just like that, they are in business. It's 1st and goal.
Big time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the 4th quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So really nice job here late. Let's see if they can put this one out of reach.
Throwing is Ward. That's to the end zone, but it is incomplete.
You can see the receiver. He's pleading his case to the ref. So from our perspective, Mike, I think it's pretty clear. He was not in bounds. I don't blame him for trying. If I was in his situation, I'm doing the exact same thing.
Here's another shot from the 6 at 2nd and goal. Throwing, Ward. Pushed out to his left.
Coming into the game, this is something defensively you have to be aware of. If this quarterback gets a chance and he sees some daylight, he's going to try to take it in on his own. But not in this case. They were quick to react, stop him short. Now brings up 3rd and goal.
Line of scrimmage, the 2-yard line. It's 3rd down and goal. Back to throw is Ward. Under pressure, and now he's going to go down. Back at the 8-yard line.
These are the plays that drive a coach crazy. 3rd and goal. You put the ball into the hands of your quarterback and you trust them to make good decisions. But in this case, once there was nowhere to go with the ball, once all the throwing lanes were taken away, this ball needs to come out. You cannot take a sack and make 4th and goal that much more difficult.
So, here's the kicker, Joey Sly in a pressure spot. This to make it a 2-possession lead. And this one, right down the middle. It's good. And that could be big. They now take a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
Joey
Sly back out to kick this one away. Olszewski now to return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Giants offense ready to come back out for this next possession. He'll go play action here with Dart. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
So often, the only way to combat the perfect blitz call is to beat the blitz with the ball. That's exactly what the quarterback does here. He's able to find his open man and get the ball out of his hand because he holds onto that ball for 1 count longer. It most likely was going to result in a sack.
A play fake, now Dart. He's got his tight end likely downfield. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. And even 30 yards.
Now you start thinking situational football, Mike. We're under the 4-minute mark. They've got to go get a score here, Ideally, you want to do it on the plus side of the 2-minute warning, if at all possible.
He's got his man, that's Slayton, and he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here.
And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. 10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the first down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
He's got it at the 3, and he will score. Game on. Malik Neighbors. Touchdown, New York. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
The kick is good. Makes the score Titans 27, Giants 24. Jason Sanders.
So they've cut into the lead. Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. Jim Ray DK now to return it. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Titans offense starting to trot out for this next possession. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. In motion, that's the tight end, Granson. On 1st down, Ward. He'll get this out wide to Pollard. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain. And now the defense is going to take their first time out. Remember, they get an extra one built in with the 2-minute warning coming up momentarily. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, Ward. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
And we got a big 3rd down coming up here, Mike. They got a chance with a conversion to possibly get this under the 2-minute warning, put this defense in a position where they have to start using their timeouts.
They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. Shotgun snap for Ward. This one down the field, but it lined up incomplete.
Just a little bit too much juice on that one, and you just can't throw the ball out of bounds. Give your receiver a chance to go up and compete for the ball, but when you miss that far wide, he's got no shot.
The Titans sending out their punter as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. On the return, Olszewski. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Giants offense and their quarterback Jackson Dart heading back out to the field. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. This is 1st and 10. Out of shotgun. It's Dart. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete.
Seems like there was some miscommunication that time. They clearly weren't on the same page. That's something that they've got to get on the sideline and get corrected as soon as possible, because I think they just missed out on what could have been a big play.
To the air on second down. Dart forced out left. He's going to keep it himself. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. That one knocked away, and it's incomplete.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2-minute. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that first down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
Dart going to throw here on second down. And unable to connect there. It's incomplete.
The game is there for the taking. They control their own destiny, but this brings up a really big third down here. But remember, they don't have to force it and push the ball past the sticks. Even if they come up short, they still have 4th down in their back pocket to try to extend this drive and see if they can pull out the win here late.
That's deep for the back of the end zone. That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. What great work just to get those hands up there. And now it's 4th down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation. And right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game.
And he's going to have the Giants' 1st down as the defense nowhere to be found. They picked up 20 on 4th down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, they should have plenty of time here to finish this drive.
Throwing again, Dart. Looking for his tight end there, but let him too far. That's an incompletion.
So I still think there's plenty of time if they can get within shot of the end zone that they can go for a touchdown and try to win this thing in regulation. You always have a field goal try in your back pocket to at least tie the game and force overtime.
To the air again goes Dart. This one not quite on target. And too much, and that one falls incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
4th down.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield. And this is where it pays to have a kicker you can trust, Mike. I mean, this is as big a spot as there is. 4th quarter, what does he do? He comes out and he delivers to tie up this game.
Tie game. Still time to break that tie, though, as you see. Maybe run a 2-minute offense. And the kick's in the air. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Titans offense ready to get back at it. This game level following the made field goal. Well, they need to put something together here. It begins with 1st and 10. To throw is Ward. Open man is Robinson.
Ward's pass, complete to Wandale Robinson. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 27-yard line.
Here is 2nd and 7. Looking to throw, it's Ward. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. The Titans will use the first of their timeouts and will stop it with a little over 30 left in the game.
1st down, Titans.
Final minute, still 2 timeouts remaining as we get to 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Here's 2nd down. Again, it's Ward. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he's out of bounds with the 1st down, so they get a new set of downs, and just as importantly, stop the clock.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
He'll take a shot here, back to the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. They took one last chance here in regulation. It does not pan out, and we are headed to overtime. Four quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. On the return, here comes Chestnut. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Titans offense ready to get back at it. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. The drive starts. It's a carry by Pollard. And he'll get about 4 to the 29.
Javon Holland on the tackle. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
It is 2nd and 6. Again, it's Pollard. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
Now a first throw here in overtime. He's going to find his receiver. It's Robinson. 14 yards on that pass play there. That's good for a Titan first down.
And the Titans first down. First and 10.
That's just playing quarterback at a really high level, Mike. I mean, once he realizes his initial pre-snap read has changed, he just calmly goes through his progressions against this zone look. He ends up delivering a strike, and they keep the drive alive.
And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
So after the loss on first, here's second and 14. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to third down.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. A 3-yard gain on the play brings up third down.
A tough spot here. Third and long. They send the tight end in motion. And this ball incomplete on third down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
The Titans punting unit comes out to the field. And he's on for a big one here in overtime. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Giants offense ready for this next possession. They'll come up first and 10 at the 40. In motion goes Likely. Here's Dart on first and 10. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete.
You know, there's a rule that's pretty simple when you're running routes against zone coverage, Mike. And it's as simple as if you're open, stay open. Instead, you see the receiver here. He ends up running to a covered window, and it just clouds the vision of the quarterback. Instead of throwing into a wide open target, he's now forced to throw into a contested area.
And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it.
Taken down at the 41. A gain of 1 brings up third down and 9.
Third down and 9. Operating from the gun, it's Dart. This one just too far for the receiver. Out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
I really like the personnel adjustment by the defensive coordinator, Mike. They go dime coverage, so they're going to bring out 6 defensive backs, really play the pass and muddy it up with as many pass defenders as you can. Nowhere to go with the ball, and now we got to see, does the offensive coordinator, when he sees that dime package take the field, what answers does he have?
And how about that play on special teams? Perfectly done. It checks up right at the 1-yard line. The Titans offense about ready to take over once more. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start first and 10. They'll give it to Pollard to start this drive. The defense coming hard, trying to force the safety. He's able to get it out, but to the 2, and no further.
On first down here, Mike, you're just hoping to give a little breathing room to your offense. Now, if you do decide to pass the ball, your quarterback's not necessarily dropping back into the end zone. But after getting stopped for no gain, they find themselves on second down in the exact same situation.
In motion, that's the tight end, Granson. They'll run once more, and it's Pollard again. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up third down.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Play action. Ward. Now he'll air one out. This one intercepted. Picked off by Tyler Newton. And the Giants are going to have it with a chance to win this game here in overtime.
Mike, find me a defense that doesn't love being part of a battle like this in overtime. I mean, the back and forth, stop after stop. And now this group comes through with a huge turnover to now give their offense a chance to go out there and finally end this ball game.
To throw, it's Dart on 1st and 10.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
32-yard line.
Ball on the 32. It's 2nd and 2. Up the middle with Scatterby. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a first down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
Right back to Scatterby on 1st down, and he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 5. A run with the man out of Purdue. That's Tyrone Tracy. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield.
Some defensive ends specialize in getting after the quarterback. Some defensive ends specialize in run game. This guy can really make an impact on both, as we saw here for that tackle for loss.
On 3rd down, here's Scatterby. The ball comes out, and the defense has it. A critical mistake by the offense here in the overtime.
And with all this talk about ball security, I can tell you firsthand, Mike, a lot of it just becomes mental. It's like the more you think about it, the more you stress it in practice, it almost gets worse. It's one of those things that when it starts to spiral, it's just hard to pull yourself out.
Now, 1st down throw for Ward. This one intercepted. Picked off by Tyler Newton. And he is going to score. It's a shocking finish here in overtime. This game is over.
That's about as bad as it could possibly get. Mike, we're only one play into the drive. You're trying to establish a little early rhythm, get something going, and now you're jogging off the field watching your opponent celebrate in the end zone. So they're going to have to come back out here on offense pretty quickly, regroup, take a deep breath, and try to bounce back.
So it's a win for the men in blue. The Giants get it done. This game had a little bit of everything. Winds up going overtime, but it's their defense that comes up with the big play. They get the touchdown, and in a stunning finish, an instant classic if you will, they get the victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Giants are winners as we say so long from MetLife Stadium.